Good morning and good afternoon, kids. This is teacher Gigi. How are you today? So for today, we're going to learn science. Open your book on page 24. Again, open your books on page 24 and 25. Okay, let's start. So last week, we have talked about vertebrates, right? Do you remember? So again, when we say vertebrates, these are animals with backbones. But how about invertebrates? Very good. So invertebrates are animals without backbone. Again, vertebrates with backbones. Invertebrates without backbones. Okay, very good. So we have this one, classification of animals, vertebrates and invertebrates. So we have warm-blooded and cold-blooded. So again, when we say warm-blooded animals, these animals are animals that lives on land. Very good. And cold-blooded animals are animals that lives on water or sometimes can live also on land. So we have warm-blooded mammals and birds, cold-blooded fish, reptiles, and amphibians. So how about invertebrates? So we have animals with jointed legs and animals without legs. Okay, so there are animals with three pairs of legs, with more than three pairs of legs, worm-like and not worm-like. So what are the different groups of invertebrates? Let's start. Okay, so number one, we have sponge. Again, can you say sponge? Very good. So what is a sponge? A sponge are hollow tubes with many pores. Okay, so as you can see in these pictures, these are an example of sponge. So they are tubes, hollow tubes, which means the inside has nothing with it. And they have many pores. Okay, so do you know SpongeBob? Very good. So SpongeBob is an example of sponge. So we can see sponges or sponge under the water or the ocean. Next, number two. So number two, we have cnidarians. Okay, everybody, can you say cnidarians? Okay, very good. So cnidarians are animals that has tentacles. Again, cnidarians are animals that has tentacles. Okay, so it's tentacles. When we say tentacles, these are like arms, long arms, many long arms. So what animals are considered as cnidarians? So we have jellyfish, corals, and sea anemone. Again, jellyfish, corals, and sea anemones are an example of cnidarians. Again, cnidarians are animals with tentacles. Okay, next, number three. So number three, we have annelids. Okay, again, can you say annelids? Okay, so annelids are segmented worms. Annelids are segmented worms. When we say segmented, their body has ring-like structures. So it's like their body has many rings. As you can see in our example, we have leech and earthworm. Again, when we say segmented body, their body is ring-like or they have rings in their body. So usually we can see annelids in fresh waters like lakes or ponds. So again, annelids are segmented worms, leech and earthworm. Next, we have roundworms. Okay, again, can you say roundworms? Very good. So roundworms are unsegmented worms. So when we say unsegmented, they are just worms with soft light body. So roundworms, example is hookworms and pinworms. So usually roundworms can be seen inside our digestive system. Okay, next, flatworms. So flatworms are worms with soft, flat, and unsegmented body. So this kind of worms can be seen also in fresh waters like lakes and rivers or ponds or stream. So again, we have three types of worms: annelids, roundworms, and flatworms. Again, when we say annelids, these are worms with segmented body. So their body has ring-like structure. How about roundworms? Are they segmented or non-segmented? Very good. So roundworms are unsegmented worms. So what is the difference between roundworms and flatworms? Very good. So by the name itself, round meaning their body is round and flatworm meaning their body is flat. Okay. Next we have mollusk. Again, can you say mollusk? Okay. So mollusks are unsegmented soft-bodied animals with shells. But there are also animals which is considered mollusk but they have no shell, just like octopus and squid. So example of mollusk, we have slug, snail, and oyster. So we can see mollusk animals in fresh water and in salt water. Next, arthropods. Again, arthropods. So what are arthropods? So arthropods are animals with segmented body and jointed legs. So usually arthropods are animals that has many pairs of legs. So we have three pairs of leg or three or more pairs of legs. So example of arthropods we have spider, dragonfly, crabs, and shrimp. Okay. And lastly, we have echinoderm. Again, echinoderm. Okay. So what is echinoderm? Echinoderms have spines of various lengths on their bodies. So, we have sea dollar, sea urchin, and sea star. Again, echinoderms usually are animals with spine. Okay, so let's have a review. Again, invertebrates are animals without backbones. Number one, sponge are hollow tubes with many pores. Cnidarians are animals with tentacles. Very good. Annelids, segmented worms with ring-like body. How about roundworms? Very good. So roundworms are unsegmented worms. How about flatworms? So flatworms are worms with soft, flat, and unsegmented body. How about mollusks? Very good. So mollusks are animals with shell. How about arthropods? Very good. Arthropods are animals with jointed legs. And the last one, echinoderm. What do they have? They have spines. Okay, very good. So can you please get your workbook? Let's try to answer page 29. Okay, page 29. So you're going to choose the correct answer. You're going to underline. Underline. Okay. Okay, so let's try to answer. Letter A. So most cnidarians or mollusks have tentacles which are used in feeding. Most cnidarians, mollusks have tentacles which are used in feeding. So which group of invertebrates has tentacles? Okay, what is your answer? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The correct answer is cnidarians. Okay, very good. Cnidarians have tentacles. Next, letter B. Mollusks usually have shells, legs. Examples are sponges, snails, and clams. So what kind or what does mollusk have? Do they shells or do they have legs? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Mollusks have shells. So how about what are the examples of mollusks? Is it sponges or snails? So which of these has shells? Sponges or snails? Very good. Snails have shells. Okay. Last, letter C. Arthropods have segmented, unsegmented body with jointed legs. They have skeleton, exoskeleton to protect their body. Okay, what is your answer? Okay, very good. So arthropods have unsegmented body. How about what do they have? Skeleton or exoskeleton? Very good. They have exoskeleton. Okay, very good. So letter D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Try to answer on your own. Okay? So I hope you understand our topic for this week. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.